Hey guys, I wanted to share a healthy Halloween treat with you, my chocolate chip dipped granola bites. My kids love them. They're a healthy spin to some candy that our kids are gonna be getting and that we're gonna be getting. I love these too, and so does my husband. So I wanted to share them with you. I also wanted to take this opportunity to tell you guys about Trick or Treat for UNICEF. So remember when we were little, there were like the little orange boxes that you take around and people put coins in them to donate? Well, this year there's a QR code. You just scan it below and you can do a really quick donation to help kids all around the world, from Afghanistan to the Ukraine to right here at home, get access to fresh water, food, warm clothes. It's a really great organization. So scan the QR code below and donate if you can. Let's start with granola. For the dry ingredients, we have 3 cups of oats. I use gluten-free oats. You don't have to, but as you guys know, I'm gluten-free, and that's what I'm using. Okay, cool. So 3 cups of oats. This is 1.5 cups of a mixture of nuts. I have some chopped pecans, chopped almonds, chopped walnuts, and some pumpkin seeds. The pumpkin seeds obviously help us get a little bit of fall action. Love pumpkin seeds. So then we have the coconut flakes. So this is 3/4 cup of coconut flakes. I love using coconut flakes versus the shreds because they toast up really nicely and the edges get beautiful golden brown. So I really like those. 3/4 cup of that. Then we're gonna add 1/4 cup of almond flour and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So this, adding the almond flour, was a tip that a pro chef friend taught me. So a little pro tip for the home chef, really appreciate it. And it helps like clump up the granola. So I like when the granola is in like big chunks. So the almond flour helps to do that. Okay, so we're just gonna give it a little mix. And now we're gonna get to our wet ingredients. So I like doing dry ingredients separately from the wet ingredients, and then you fold them all together. So this is 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil, because coconut oil solidifies at room temperature. So just put it in a little pan, melt it down, let it cool. 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, and 1/4 cup of my simple syrup, which I've shown you guys. So I always have my own simple syrup in the fridge. It tastes way better than store-bought simple syrup, and it's so easy to make. And I've shown you guys how to do this. But I use this in cocktails, in my cold brew coffee, in my hot coffee, drizzled over granola, drizzled over oatmeal, cereal. It's so versatile, and I prefer to make it myself because it tastes better. So there's 1/4 cup of this in here as well. So we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of water. Great. Now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're gonna do 1 egg white. So the egg white is great because it helps the granola crisp up and turn beautiful golden brown. Another pro chef tip that I was told. Give that a little mix. So now we're gonna fold everything together. My kids are gonna be so happy that I'm making this. They love this. This is also a really great snack for you guys making kids lunches, or if you're back in the office or back at work, just pop this in a little container, bring it with you for a snack. It's great to send with your kids to school. That's why I like making it like big chunks. I also make this into granola bars. I've shown you guys that before. And for this recipe, we're gonna dip it in chocolate, which you don't have to do, but it gives it a little candy-ish kind of treat. Okay, great. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I love this. Great, so let me clear this off and let's get it on the sheet. Okay, so while we're getting this all mixed up, heat up your oven at 340. I do 340 because 350, my granola gets a little too golden brown. If your oven runs super hot, then make it 325, but usually I kind of just turn the dial between 325 and 350. So parchment paper is a good friend. We're gonna dump it right on the parchment paper and then flatten it out. This recipe is super versatile. You can add whatever you want. Different kind of nuts, different kind of seeds. So just tailor make it to you and your family's needs. Okay, so now I'm gonna wet my hands, a little bit of water, and just press it down. And the water helps the granola not stick to my hands. So I also do this if I'm like molding bread. I'll wet my hands and push it down. Oh my gosh, this already smells so good. So with your hands, just kind of like spread it. And then I like actually molding it pretty tightly because later I'm gonna break it up into chunks. And if it's tight, it helps get clumpier. So I kind of press it till it's about an inch thick and then press in the sides while I'm pushing down on the top. And it helps mold it like a loaf of bread. So now we're gonna stick this in the oven for 20 minutes and then turn it so it cooks evenly. Another 20 minutes and we should be good to go. Yay, start the timer. So our granola is finished. And what I'm doing now is I'm melting the chocolate very easily. Heat safe bowl. This is actually my Borsilicate glass Prepon kitchen nesting bowl. But so put a heat safe bowl over some boiling water. And this is a great way to melt chocolate. Now it's ready for dippage. I do this if I want to dip anything, strawberries, cookies, my granola bites, anything I want to dip in here, I use the same exact technique. It's also great for white chocolate. Great, that's ready. When your granola's finished, you can break it up however you want. You can leave it into you could put it into like granola bars. I like making them into big chunks like this. So myself and my kids, we could just pick them up and eat them like a little snack. So let's make them like a treat and add some chocolate. So this is the chocolate that we melted. There's so many different things you guys can do. I mean, we can drizzle it on so it looks like a Halloween-y spider web. You can just do a little like spider web drizzle. And I like lining the bottom with parchment paper. You can also just completely cover it with chocolate. So the whole thing is covered and then just let it dry. You can also take one and just dip half of it. So look at how pretty that looks. You can do like that so that half of it is dipped. That looks really pretty. So whatever you guys want. You can just do a little, I mean, you can cover 3/4 of it. You can do whatever you guys want. You can also sprinkle it with something else on top, some little sprinkles if you want. If your kids want a little bit more candy-ish. Oh my gosh. And then just let the chocolate set and then you can just pick it up and eat it. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. This one I'm gonna do a little bit like Pollock styles. Oh, that's so pretty, look. Great. So you guys can really do anything you want with these. You can also use, like I said, white chocolate, sprinkles, have fun with it. Your kids can help you decorate. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you know when I put up another video. And scan the QR code below to trick or treat for UNICEF. And happy Halloween.